Get behind the scenes in a setting of peerless natural beauty. The Taiga U.S. Open Wakeboard Championships brings together the game's finest pros into a high-energy study with heavy reaction. This is action sports in real time. Join the journey of the core athlete, clawing away up from the bottom or ruling from the top of the heap. It's men's and women's competition, freeriding, and touring, all on the gorgeous island of Kauai. Get ready for airtime. Taiga brings the U.S. Open Wakeboard Championships to Hawaii, marking the return of this competition after a 13-year absence. Wakeboarding evolved here from surfers getting towed behind a boat up and down the freshwater Wailua River on Hawaii's oldest island.
On the island of Kauai, beautiful island of Kauai, the Wailua River. This is the largest and only navigable river in the state of Hawaii.
I think I like this island a lot. There isn't a better spot in this country you can grow up in.
U.S. Open, my first time in Hawaii. I'm so stoked to be here.
The climate is good, the people is friendly, and the food is good. Can you tell?
A former Nationals champion, Sebring, who retired from the Pro Tour in 2000, shows off his island to wakeboarding's finest. Hey! For any young athlete cut loose in Hawaii, the first order of business is to go surfing.
I was lucky enough when I was 3, my parents moved me out here from Oregon and just threw me in the ocean. I learned to swim real fast. You know, my parents used to water ski when I was really young, so it was always something we did on the side.
Let's do it.
I'd say 10 years ago in '94, I flew myself out to a few tournaments. I worked a part-time job right in this town here at a Subway making sandwiches. When I was 16, we bought a cheap, minivan for $300, built some bunk beds in it, shipped it to LA, and Buddy and I drove ourselves around tour. But no matter where I went, I always came back here. This was always home, and it always will be. No matter what, no matter where I live, this is my home.
Can't come shoot surfing and not show any surfing. Got to get Daniel.
Sebring's acquired some surfing skills living on the island, and it was no doubt fueled by his pro career in wakeboard comps and films. The over 6-footer stood tall in 5th overall for Pro Wakeboard Tour and World Cup standings, just about the time Parks Boniface started to take over from Darren Shapiro. Sebring could meet either of them in U.S. Open qualifying.
Well, I like riding a board of any type. It's all the same to me. Surfing, wakeboarding, kiteboarding, snowboarding, anything where you're riding siders on a board I like to do. And that's one reason I stopped wakeboarding professionally, was I just wanted to do other aspects of it.
Went and met up with Sebring this morning. Ryan Sebring is a local ex-wakeboarder who's going to give it a crack this weekend, but he brought us out to a little spot where he thought it'd be good. It was pretty fun out here this morning, just went for a little surf. And meeting up with the rest of the lads this afternoon. Maybe go and hit up some crazy rope swing that I've been hearing about, so that should be fun. Why do I wakeboard? I really never wanted to wakeboard. My mum made me. It was an activity at school. I still don't like it. Just so happens that I can't make money doing anything else.
So being in Kauai as we are hanging out, been asking everybody this, what is poi?
Poi. Poi is a root, and I guess they bust the root up. I really don't know. They bust the root up in some sort of sauce or something like that. koi might be used as a derogatory term towards goats as well in some parts of the country.
Yeah, this isn't bad. All the boys are having fun swinging around like Tarzan. I'm trying to distract them. Get them all distracted, and then, you know, they'll all be thinking about surfing or all injured from rolling over the reef, and then I'll go in there and, you know, take it.
Tonight, tequila?
Yeah, cheap tequila. There you go.
This is a pretty good spot for the boys, you know?
Yep, film that. One down, 10 to go.
This is probably the funnest trip I've ever been on, and I've only been on it for less than 24 hours. It's awesome here.
Yeah, this place is rad. I'm lucky enough to have my mum on this trip, and she's afraid of heights, so I made her jump off like a little bit of the falls.
Yeah, it was fun, yeah. It was an adrenaline rush for me. I've never done anything like that before.
Yeah, Mum.
I guess there are a couple of perks coming on tour with you.
Oh, there's lots of perks, yeah. Get to do some really cool things and just hang out in really nice places. Fantastic, yeah.
2004 has been very kind to me. It's definitely been my funnest year ever. I've had the most victories, I've had the most fun this year. Won the World Series a couple of weeks ago. Just done the best in all the contests so far. Something's clicked with me. At the start of the season, I just said to myself, this is a season just to have fun and relax. Like, I went to America 8 years ago for a 6-month vacation. 8 years later, here I am still making a living out of wakeboarding. Well, it's always a different vibe today than tomorrow. Tomorrow is the main contest day, and I'm sitting here now saying, you know, I'm just having fun and all that. But tomorrow, I want to win. You know, I get to the dock and I'm just like, you know, focused, and you're out there to do a job, and that's what you do. And you guys seen Keith Lyman anywhere? I'm looking for Keith. Hey! Have you guys seen Keith Lyman? This is Keith Lyman, ladies and gentlemen. He's taking his headphones off. Now he can hear us. I'm going to take care of business right away. You and me are battling this afternoon. I've been talking it up how I'm going to kneecap you from behind, so you better watch your back, buddy.
It's all fun and games, but someone loses tonight.
But when it gets to the competition day, it's go time. Day 3, I think we're on day 7 here, Kauai. And I guess it's the business end of the deal right now. Standing on the dock, in my boots, boat's about to take off. I know what I gotta do, so. Oh, that was a bleep. I try not to smile. I was trying to give you a tough look, but I couldn't do it. Try again. Give it to me. I need it right now. Hey, can you take me out in the boat? Dude's with me. Bleep. Again, enough. You know, 2005 for sure. I'm going to take a lot more of that relaxed attitude, try and redirect my focus a lot. Not away from contests, definitely not, but getting to know, you know, wakeboarders and going to a lot of the locations where, you know, instead of spending all the time in Florida trying to get out, you know, get amongst the world and see what wakeboarding's really all about. Not just so much on a pro level, but taking a pro level to the amateurs and learning about the amateurs. I think that's what I'm gonna spend most of my time doing. Got one word of advice to all the kids out there looking to get into contests: win or lose, hit the booze. Let's go. And I guess the only advice that I could give to somebody else in the same, there's not really any advice that I can give because it's nothing that I did. It was just a passion that I had. You've got to be passionate about it, and you've got to do it not to make a living from it, not to get a sponsor, not to get a free boat, not to get, you know, not to go to a beautiful place like this. You've got to be passionate about one thing, and I was just so passionate about wakeboarding all my life. This is just where I am now. It's not something that I've like thought in 10 years time I want to be a pro wakeboarder. It's just I've turned around 10 years later and gone, well, started off as a 6-month like fun vacation, and here I am 8 years later. It's, you know, just stay true to what you believe and don't get caught up in it all, and just have a good time, and you'll end up, you know, where you want to be or where you never even expected to be.
After the fun of catching a few waves, it's time to explore paradise, and their local guide knows just the place.
To hell we must sail for the shore sweet Barbados, where the sugar cane goes falling down
My name's Tino Santori. I'm from Denver, Colorado, and I can wakeboard a little bit.
Well, we're going along the Nepali coast, and we're going to go into a little bay down here called Nuololo Kai. It's the only place that's protected enough down here that we can get in the water and snorkel.
I brought my snorkel gear from home just in case we got to go, so I'm pumped.
I'm so excited about this last year. I started out the year just coming on strong, making it into finals, first couple contests, you know, placed on the podium a couple times, and then just kind of fell off the bandwagon. But got back on it at nationals, and we'll see. I don't know.
Do you think it was the reef girls that were your downfall in your career?
Oh, that could be those devil reef girls.
I'm ready to go.
They tell us there ain't no sharks in this area, but I don't believe them.
I don't think I'm very good at snorkeling. I'm scared of fish.
Did you just say you're freaking out?
Oh, freaking out?
Who is?
Wiener boy.
That turtle popped up under me. Nationals win was probably the most amazing win ever. It was so storybook, like me falling real hard at the start of my run, my dad's birthday that weekend.
What are you doing? Covering Tino a little bit?
Just covering Tino a little bit, just trying to get in on the excitement, you know, enjoy it.
The head-to-head format's going to be very fun. I mean, I've never experienced it, but I've heard that you get very competitive with everything. Excellent. That one.
Wanna try again?
That one sucked.
You suck.
You were like, it was two stage. You're like, it's gonna be very fun and stuff like that.
All right, whatever. Rusty's an idiot. The head-to-head competition's going to be unreal. I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to win. Yeah, Taiga is so awesome, taking us to places like Kauai and Brazil and Spain.
Oh, Tiger just treats me so good. This year they brought us to Kauai and they just treat me wonderful.
It's just unreal that they're actually trying to push the Euro market and push the world into getting into wakeboarding instead of just the United States. I think that actually brings a lot of new faces and even new companies into wakeboarding, which is awesome because it's just going to keep growing and, you know, someday NASCAR, you know, number 8.
No, I really think that this weekend, because everyone's so relaxed, it's kind of a whole different theme for a contest. I think we're going to see someone, possibly even 3 new people up on the podium this weekend. I think there's definitely going to be some new people, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited.
Well, I got to break out my little plastic camera because I'm a retard and I forgot my real one. We're going to take pictures there as I follow the viewfinder in there. Not quality, but it's quantity that matters.
On a long, long boat ride, Santori sells wakeboarding to a captive audience.
That pretty much doesn't have any fins. That's going to give you a snowboard style kind of loose with like a surfboard style, like 3 fins. It's gonna like kind of like a race car. It's going to race around more, kind of like that style more. What are your favorite tricks?
As the tourists ride out Santori's pitch, another of wakeboarding's up-and-coming fish has the catch of the day on the line.
I've been trying to work on like my patience and just learning how to relax and just, you know, take it all in, but I'm having a really hard time. We've been on the boat for probably 5 hours now and I'm going crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm about ready to be off this boat and doing something different. Hello, I'm Rusty Malinowski. I'm from Humboldt, Saskatchewan, Canada.
Hurry up, man. It's a my. Don't give it no slack. Come on, Rusty. Pull it in, man.
Grab my camera, Willie. I don't want to miss it. I bought a used board from a friend of mine that got me into wakeboarding, and I rode the graphics right off that thing. I rode so much. Just felt like this is what I want to do for the next 5, 6, 7 years, whatever I can get out of my body, for sure. Rusty, what are you made of, man? Pull it in. I kind of think my style is kind of like, I'd say a strong rider. Definitely strong and a little bit reckless too. Come on, be good. You got it! Sometimes you think all the main guys in the sport are intimidating, and they're really all super good guys. I mean, you just got to get to know everyone. You get to know everyone, get riding with everyone. Just like overnight, a year has gone by, and it's all like something that I have new best friends for sure.
Come on. There you go. Lift up. Up. There you go. Up. There you go. Keep going up.
There's always room to do much better than what I've done. I mean, for my first year on the Pro Tour, I feel that it was respectable. It was all right. Finished 16th overall on tour.
Holy!
Woo! Biggest fish I ever caught.
See Rusty pulling that in, and he's all sweating. It looked like a big job, but we got it in, and we're looking forward to a nice bit of mahi, maybe tacos tonight.
Definitely.
That was a big job, huh? Pulling that thing in.
That was a lot of hard work. Man, that reel gets hot. I'm gonna have to learn how to reel and switch, so my right arm is getting pretty sore.
An even bigger trophy awaits him back at the contest, and Malinowski is determined to bring it back alive.
And then on contest time, it's a little bit more pressure I find on myself. Maybe I just put pressure on myself, but I mean, it's not like everybody gets uptight to each other and that sort of thing, but when you're on the dock, you're there to ride and you want to win for sure. There's no screwing around, and you want to win and you do whatever it takes for sure.
Rusty, I got me money on Rusty Malinowski for this weekend. It'll be his first major win, and he kind of needs one. He's been slacking.
He's only kidding. This weekend, I really want to be my weekend for sure. And if I put it together, I think I can do it.
Coming off a year in which he's closer than ever to his first pro title, Malinowski readies his game face as the fun of touring Kauai gives way to competition.
He's gonna cook it all up, and he's gonna serve everybody excellent dinner tonight. See, he's doing it the right way. If it was up to me or you, we'd waste a bunch of meat. He's gonna do it the right way, and it's gonna be awesome. I'm feeding 18 of my friends this evening. Everybody's excited. They think it's great, and I'm just happy to provide. Yeah, Roger.
Malinowski learned to ride behind his dad's outboard fishing boat. But does he have the right bait to hook a win here? Save some room. We're gorging on first round competition, and the women have free ride wakeboarding cooked up for when we continue.
Mahalo, and welcome to the island of Kauai and home to the Wailua River for the 2004 Taga U.S. Open of wakeboarding. Guys, we brought the world's greatest wakeboarders over here to the island. We've enjoyed a lot of the tropical scenic splendor this isle has to offer. One of the coolest things we notice as athletes coming in, a building moratorium here on this island. Nothing is allowed to be built any higher than the tallest palm tree in the adjacent area. So the concrete jungle is well behind. We're enjoying ourselves, but the riders know there's definitely a job to do out here.
9 of the top pro women wakeboarders, 16 of the top pro men wakeboarders, all going after this top cash prize that's going to be earned right here on the Wailua. A little thrown off by how many of the riders are coming. It's not like everyone is coming over, all the good riders.
Among them, defending U.S. Open winner Tino Santori, 3-time X Games gold medalist Danny Hart, 2004 Pro Wakeboard Tour champ Marks Bonifay, plus Taiga's Eric Ruck and Daniel Watkins. That's just some of the 8 invited riders with a deep pool of headliners still hoping to make the main. Their pack includes a 6-time tour ruler, X Games and Gravity Games medalists, a former Rookie of the Year, and the 2004 World's Champion Andrew Atkinson.
I'm just trying to see how nervous I can make myself before I ride by standing like right at the dock line about to take off.